गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु दीनतारिणं परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम् हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Thank you so much, dear worshipable devotees, for taking out your most valuable time to read here, study, discuss Bhagavad Gita. We are reading chapter 7 of the Bhagavad Gita, which is entitled Knowledge. What's the title? Knowledge of the. No, it's not. Knowledge of the Absolute. Okay. Jnana Vijnana Yoga. So, the acronym for this chapter is HEAD, HEAD, which we have covered a few times, so we'll not go again in there. The H stands for hearing. The E stands for the energies of the Lord. The A stands for there are four kinds of people who either accept or reject. A for acceptance or rejecting. And then finally, the D is for the devatas or the demigods and the supreme God. So what's the difference? We have been talking about that part. The last 20 verses, which is from text 20 to 30, talk more about the what's the difference in demigod worship versus worshipping the supreme Lord, Krishna, Govindam Adi Purusham. And if you recall, we also built up a table here. Yeah. Somehow I didn't get saved, I guess.
We should have Bhagavad Gita English book.
Sorry, did I miss something? Actually, my computer is somehow slow. Can you all hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Stop. It's really acting up today. Just give me a few moments to set this up. Anyone recalls where did we, like, which was the last verse we read together? 23rd or 24th?
Prabhuji, we did 23rd last time.
23rd.
Yeah.
Maybe you missed 24th actually. I remember because I remember, yeah. And you had some questions which are actually answered in 24th. So we're talking about the form, the Brahman, the Brahmajyoti, all those things, Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. So now I'm recollecting Avyakta Vyaktimapannam. Yes, we covered that 24th. So it is an important verse, Mataji. Please hear that recording and read that verse. Most of your questions will get answered. And if you still have, you can also discuss more on those lines. And
Sure, sure, Prabhuji.
So we will cover from text 25. Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavrita Mudo yamna bijanati loko mamajam avyayam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them I am covered by my internal potency, and therefore they do not know that I am unborn and infallible. Purport. It may be argued that since Krishna was visible to everyone when he was present on this earth, how can it be said that he is not manifest to everyone? But actually, he was not manifest to everyone. When Krishna was present, there were only a few people who could understand him to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the assembly of the Kurus, when Shishupal spoke against Krishna's being elected president of the assembly, Bhishma supported him and proclaimed him to be the supreme god. Similarly, the Pandavas and a few others knew that he was the supreme, but not everyone. He was not revealed to the non-devotees and the common man. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that for his pure devotees, all men consider him to be like themselves. All men consider him to be like themselves. Uh, he was manifest only to his devotees as the reservoir of all pleasure, but to others, to unintelligent non-devotees, he was covered by his internal potency. In the prayers of Kunti in the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.8.19, it is said that the Lord is covered by the curtain of Yogamaya, and thus ordinary people cannot understand him. This Yogamaya curtain is also confirmed in the Ishopanishad Mantra 15, in which the devotee prays, Hiranmaya yena patrena satyasya fit satyasya pihitam mukham tattvam ushan apavrnu satyadharmaya drishtaye. O my Lord, you are the maintainer of the entire universe, and devotional service to you is the highest religious principle. Therefore I pray that you will also maintain me. Your transcendental form is covered by the Yogamaya. The Brahma Jyoti is the covering of the internal potency. May you kindly remove this glowing effulgence that impedes my seeing your Satchid Ananda Vigraha, your eternal form of bliss and knowledge. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, in his transcendental form of bliss and knowledge, is covered by the internal potency of the Brahma Jyotir. And less intelligent impersonalists cannot see the Supreme on this account. Also, in the Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.7, there is this prayer by Brahma, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, O Super Soul, O Master of all mystery, who can calculate your potency and pastimes in this world. You are always expanding your internal potency, and therefore no one can understand you. Learned scientists and learned scholars can examine the atomic constitution of the material world or even the planets, but still they are unable to calculate your energy and potency, although you are present before them. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, is not only unborn, but also Avyaya, inexhaustible. His eternal form is bliss and knowledge, and his energies are all inexhaustible. Wow. So, in the previous verse, we were talking about Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, that how the Supreme Lord, unintelligent people cannot understand, cannot know him perfectly. Even for those who know him, knowing him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is very, very rare. So we discussed in a lot of great detail, and we discussed that the three aspects also, um, the three features of the absolute truth, if you recall. Yes, so this one, Bhagavan, Paramatma, and the Brahman realization. So we have covered all that in the previous chapter, previous verse, I mean. So now, the Supreme Lord is saying, okay, if Brahman is everywhere, if God is everywhere, then why can't we see him? Right? This question comes multiple times. Why, if Krishna was present, Prabhupada is giving in the example in the Kuru assembly when he went as a peace messenger, right? Everyone saw him differently. This also comes in the Krishna book when Krishna went to Mathura to fight with, the invitation was given from Kamsa himself. Basically, he wanted to kill him. But when he entered that assembly, oh, you fight with this Janur and Mushtika, everyone was seeing him differently. Some were seeing them as fighters, some were seeing as their own like Kal, some were seeing him as their child, some were seeing him as their friend, some as a lover, some as a brother. So everyone sees Krishna according to their their propensities and their spiritual mood. Some see only their race or his race, some see only his energy. Now the question may come, if Krishna uh, is present, or when he was present, was he manifest to everyone? Like he is, but he is not. He is hidden by the curtain of Yogamaya, as Queen Kunti says. Prabhupada is quoting that verse. Maya Javani Kachanna Agya Adhokshacham Avyayam Na Lakshya se Mood Drisha Nato Natya Dharoyata. I think we discussed this example. Let's say Preeti Mataji's child uh, Ansh is performing in a drama, right? And he's acting as a joker. Let's say, just for example, he's acting in a drama in the school. Mm. If his distant uncle comes to your home and you say, okay, we are going, Girish Prabhu, Preeti Mataji, and their distant uncle is coming and visiting Tampa, and they're going to see Ansh's drama. Will Preeti Mataji be able to recognize him? What do you say, Mataji?
Recognize Ansh?
Yeah, in the drama on the stage and the
Yes,
yes.
yes.
How about the uncle who's visiting after a couple of years? Most likely no, right?
Not. Yeah, most likely not.
That's a mundane example to understand the Supreme Lord also. Those who are very close to him, in short, who are close devotees, who are absorbed in hearing about him, who are absorbed in learning about him, who are absorbed in devotional service about Krishna, they'll be able to recognize him wherever he comes. Even in his energy, they see Krishna, right? They see Krishna in every element of life. Mm. And even he comes as a peace messenger, Bhishma, Dronacharya, and Vidura were able to recognize that he's not just a peace messenger, he's none other than the Supreme Lord. But those who are envious of him, those who don't worship him, those who do not have a favorable disposition towards him, they will always think, oh, tie this person, right? That's what Duryodhana did. He gave the orders to tie Krishna. He's just an ordinary cowherd boy. What does he think of himself? So, those whose eyes are covered with a curtain of Maya, they cannot see. What is the secret to see? Bhaktya mama vijanati. I am never manifest to the foolish and the unintelligent. Naham prakasha sarvasya. Although he is present everywhere, but he's not manifest to everyone, right? Yoga Maya Sama. So there's a curtain of Maya. Now, to the pure devotees, the curtain is of Yoga Maya. Like Mother Yashoda never considered Krishna as God. That was the curtain of Yoga Maya to enhance the pastimes. If she thinks, oh, God, like how can you take care of God? How can you feed your milk to God, right? Because God is the one who gives everything. God is the one who doesn't need anything, right? Because he has everything. How can you seek for protection for God, right? Oh, everyone says, God, please protect me. No one says, God, may you be protected, except for his pure devotees. God, may no evil omens harm you. Mother Yashoda was doing that prayer. Actually, we were talking recently with some devotee when we do arti. That's also the significance. May no evil omens touch my deities, right? My beloved, my Krishna, my Gaurnitai, etc. That's the mood of a sincere seeker. Mata Yashoda used to do drishti, right? Like some of you may be doing drishti to your, like, oh, may evil omens, like nazarotarana in short. For your children, for your dear ones, may always my child be protected. That's a mood of someone who loves that person. So Krishna is not manifest to anyone and everyone. He's covered by his potencies. So how can we know him? When the premanja churita bhakti vilochanena santah sadevas hridayeshu vilokayanti yam shama sundara guna achintya sarupam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajam. Those whose eyes, right? If I have yellow lens, I'll see everything yellow. If I have blue lens, I'll see everything as blue. It's not a problem. It's not a problem with that thing. Let's say this is a normal tissue with white color, but I'm not seeing the true color if I have blue lens. It's not a problem with the tissue. The problem is with my vision. So in short, bhakti, bhakti is the process to see God. Seeing through our ears. People challenge, can you show me God? Have you seen God? One time someone asked Prabhupada, hey, have you seen God? In a very challenging way. Prabhupada said, sit down. You are coming the way, right? Because there was a Krishna picture. Prabhupada answered this question differently at different times. Another time, challenged Prabhupada. Have you seen God? Prabhupada said, it's none of your business. At another time, because even if Prabhupada said, what will they understand? Prabhupada, recently there was an interview with Prabhupada's first disciple, Acharya Prabhakar, that so many instances, this instance of golf ball, like these flowers which were as big as golf balls, which are not available in that time in Jhansi. It was a Janmashtami event, and Prabhupada was there, and then this devotee saw Prabhupada was having this unique garland which no one had seen, and from where did it come, right? So some demigods or someone brought the Maha of Krishna to him. That's what the reasoning was. It's a long story. I don't know all the fine details, but there have been countless instances, countless episodes, directly and indirectly, that how Krishna reveals to pure devotees, either through Guru, through Vaishnavas, or sometimes directly, etc. So basically, again, the other example which is given is FM waves. FM waves are there everywhere? Yes, there are FM waves, but we need a suitable transistor to tune into that frequency to hear that particular song, let's say. Hmm. Any frequency and every frequency is not going to enable us to hear that song. So bhakti is the art of tuning our frequency, our heart, basically. Frequency means our is the art of training our frequency, ourselves, our mind, our thoughts, our intentions to align with Krishna's frequency. Right now, it's badly aligned with Maya's frequency. So Krishna is calling us, we can't hear him. Krishna is saying, become my devotee. Krishna is, what we have million other things to do. So the frequency does not align. Hmm. So bhakti is that art, devotional service is that art, or is that process to align our frequency with Krishna's frequency, with Guru Parampara's frequency. So we understand their mood, we understand how to become a devotee, what it means to become a devotee, how to hear Krishna's voice, how to see Krishna in every element, how to respect everyone as a child of God. That's Krishna consciousness. And those who are sincerely trying, as Krishna says, then he is very easy to attain. Hmm? Those who are sincerely trying this path. Any other thoughts, comments on this verse? Any other add-ons? Okay. We will quickly read the translation of this verse, which Prabhupada is referring in the purport. So Prabhupada is referring two verses, but they have not been discussed in the purport, as you see. One was the Kunti Maharani's prayers, which we discussed with the example of Ansh doing drama. So we have covered that. So similarly, those who are close to Krishna can see Krishna in every aspect. But those who are away, they cannot understand. What to speak of away? Even Indra got confused, even Brahma got confused. We know that stories. So let's read this translation. If someone would like to read this translation, that would be wonderful. It's from 10.14.7, the prayers of Lord Brahma. It's on my screen if you anyone wants to read.
I can read,
Hare Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhu.
Go ahead, Prabhuji. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Can I read Prabhuji?
Yes, Varun Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna to everyone. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. In time, learned philosophers or scientists might be able to count all the atoms of the earth, the particles of snow, or perhaps even the shining molecules radiating from the sun, the stars, and other luminaries. But among these learned men who could possibly count the unlimited transcendental qualities possessed by you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who have descended onto the surface of earth for the benefit of all living entities. Should I continue with purpose, or should I stop?
No, I think we were just doing this as a reference verse to cover what Prabhupada is mentioning.
Okay, Prabhupada.
Oh, okay. Actually, be my bad. This the translation was there here also. So again, the point is, through material eyes, we cannot see Krishna. Through material eyes, we cannot see Krishna. We can do, material things from material eyes. As good as Gaur Gopal Prabhu, one time he came to our college and gave this. Someone asked me, hey, can you show me God again? He gave a very nice reply. He asked, to measure something, we need some tools and some process, correct? To see something. For example, you want to see stars, you need, or especially like some other planets thing, or to do like telescope and stuff. Like we can't see with the normal naked eye. I mean, many of us are wearing these glasses. I can't even read with the naked eye without the specs or can't see the distant object. So even to see material things, we need tools. So similarly, if I have to do weighing measurement, like I want to weigh myself or I want to weigh, a bag or something, I need a weighing scale.
Thank you.
I can't just do and say, oh, this is 5 pounds. I can guess, but it could be wrong. To measure distance, we need another, measuring equipment. Inch tape or some kind of. To measure temperature, we need a thermometer. To measure heartbeat, we need some other, Baldev Prabhu, heart expert, right? We need some different equipments, right, Prabhu, to measure heart, whatever things are there, right? So everything has different equipments. Can I use thermometer to measure heartbeat? Can I use a weighing scale to measure length? No. So even to measure material things, we cannot interchange those instruments. How can you expect to see God with those same, can you measure God? Can you touch God? Can you weigh God? No. By those instruments, certainly no. Right? Because we are thinking with those instruments. Oh, I want to measure God. I want to calculate God's length, breadth. Even big scientists cannot calculate. But then he said, okay, we cannot calculate by those tools and processes, but we need, since God is complete spiritual, avyayam, we need spiritual tools and spiritual processes. And that's basically the process of bhakti yoga. Atha Shri Krishna namadi na bhaved grahit indira. We cannot understand through senses. Sevan mukhe hi jiva do swayam spurti ada. But when we start this process, which begins with the tongue, chanting the holy names, swayam spurti, we feel the perception of Krishna. We can feel the Krishna in our heart, in our lives, in every aspect of our life. That's Krishna consciousness. That's bhakti yoga. So, and then he challenged, you do this process for 1 month, and then you say, right, we're not, it's free for everyone to try. Even to measure, like the ECG, there is some training. Any Tom, Dick, Harry cannot do it. There is a lot of training to even read it. So similarly, to understand God, there is some training, and that training is what Srila Prabhupada is giving through the spiritual books, through Bhagavad Gita, through the chanting of the holy names, and all the other limbs of bhakti. Okay. Any other thoughts, comments anyone has in this text? Okay, so we are going to read the next verse somehow. Sorry, my computer is not cooperating well today. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram. Maybe someone can read from the book if it goes well. Book handy 7.26. I'll share shortly.
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes, please, Mataji.
Vedagam samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani matu vedana kaschana. Translation. O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me, no one knows.
Yes, you can read the purport also, Mataji, or maybe at least the first paragraph, and someone can read the next paragraph.
Okay. Here, the question of personality and impersonality is clearly stated. If Krishna, the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, were Maya, material as the impersonalities consider him to be, then, like the living entity, he would change his body and forget everything about his past life. Anyone with a material body cannot remember his past life, nor can he foretell his future life, nor can he predict what will happen in his present life. Therefore, he cannot know the events of the past, present, and future. Unless one is liberated from material contamination, he cannot know past, present, and future.
Thank you. Anyone else wants to read the rest of the purport?
I can read Prabhuji. Arjuna devotees, Dana Pranam, all blessed Srila Prabhupada. Unlike the ordinary human being, Lord Krishna clearly says that he completely knows what happened in the past, what is happening in the present, and what will happen in the future. In the fourth chapter, we have seen that Lord Krishna remembers instructing Vibhushan, the sun god, million of years ago. Krishna knows every living entity because he is situated in every living being's heart as a super soul. But despite his presence in every living entity as super soul and his presence as the supreme personal Godhead, the less intelligent, even if able to realize the impersonal Brahman, cannot realize Sri Krishna as a supreme person. Certainly, the transcendental body of Sri Krishna is not perishable. He is just like the sun, and Maya is like a cloud. In the material world, we can see that there is a sun and there are clouds and different stars and planets. The clouds may cover all these in the sky temporarily, but this covering is only apparent to our limited vision. The sun, moon, and stars are not actually covered. Similarly, Maya cannot cover the Supreme Lord. By his internal potency, he is not manifested to the less intelligent class of men, as it is stated in the third verse of this chapter. Out of millions and millions of men, some try to become perfect in this human form of life. And out of thousands of such perfected men, hardly one can understand what Lord Krishna is. Even if one is perfected by realization of impersonal Brahman or localized Paramatma, he cannot possibly understand the Supreme Personal Godhead, Sri Krishna, without being in Krishna consciousness. Back to Puja. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vipi Mataji and Baldev Prabhu. You have any comments to share on this verse? Any reflections or thoughts?
So, Prabhuji, as you know, that there's a Mayavadi, Brahmavadi, and devotees. Devotees worship the Lord in his spiritual form, Satchitananda, and interact with him, person to person, supreme personality to individual tiny living entity. So Brahmavadi, they're spiritualist, but unfortunately they don't have that relationship with the Lord. They just try to get the light or Brahman Jyoti, and ultimately most of the time they don't succeed even they reach that Shajuja Mukti that we know. And Mayavadi, they even don't believe in the form of the Lord, unfortunately. They think is the Maya. When Krishna comes, they think that he comes with the material. When he incarnates to interact with the devotee, they think is that he comes with the material body. but Krishna is always in Sachit Ananda form, and he comes himself to have some rashas with his close devotees. Back to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, sharing your thoughtful comments. Anyone recalls there's a verse that Krishna says, there are many, many birds you and I have taken. They're saying is to Arjuna, where is that verse located? You don't recall, but I remember all of
Fourth
that.
chapter, right, Prabhu?
It's in chapter 4. Okay, let me search. Yes, it's chapter 4. And Prabhupada is also referring that in how Krishna gave this knowledge to sun god. Let's refer to these verses. Krishna is saying, many, many birds you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of enemy. Referring to Arjuna here. So this is another verse which tells that Krishna, the same theme basically, as we are talking about here. Now, is it easy to recollect past? It's not that easy. It may seem low, I know, but can anyone of you tell me what you ate on December 9th lunch? Today is January 9th, right? You ate something, but it will be so hard to recollect. And I'm talking just 1 month back. What if I ask you December 9th, 2021? You ate something that day, you all ate, but it's so hard to even recollect what we have already gone through. Now, Vedaham Samatitani Vartaman. So Vartaman is present. There are three tenses: past tense, present, and future, or 3 phases of time: past, present, future. Bhut, Bhavishya, Vartaman. That's a word used here. Bhavishya Kal is future. Bhut Kal is past. And Bhavishya is future. And Vartaman is present. So Krishna is saying, I know past, present, and future. I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the future, and all the things that are yet to come. That is something. And not just for one person, not just for Girish Prabhu or Ekant Prabhu or Subala Prabhu, for everyone, not just for this universe, not just for this US or Earth, for all the tiny atom, Andantaras, the Paramanu Chayantaras, in the smallest of the smallest and the biggest of the biggest. He knows everything for everyone, material, spiritual, everything. That's Krishna. Even if someone may have a lot of knowledge, but they may know only they're tiny. Like if someone is like a PhD in mathematics, maybe they only know about a little bit about mathematics. They don't know nothing about how to treat someone for, let's say, typhoid. They'll say, I don't know, I'm a mathematician. I know only statistics. In the maths also, they have like a very fine department. Oh, like PhD in statistics. They may not know anything about, let's say, or they may not know much about, let's say, calculus, or they may not know much about some other departments of maths. Same with like doctors, like they are expert in one field. It's not that an eye doctor can treat your bones also. Like they say, no, sorry, my expertise is in eyes. I don't treat bones or surgery with bones, right? So and vice versa. They may have done a lot of studies to become an eye doctor. 10, 12, 15 years of studies they may have done, but only for one aspect. And can they tell what is going to come in future? No. Prabhupada is making a beautiful statement. Unless one is liberated from material contamination, he cannot know past, present, and future. So there's a point here, very beautiful point. Unless one is liberated. So this applies to Krishna and his pure devotees. Those who are liberated from material contamination, they know past, present, and future, like the Narada Muni, right? Like Srila Prabhupada, and many, many more. Prabhupada stood at K.M. Munshimar and said there will be a temple. There was a temple there, time separated. Same with Radha Rasabihari temple, right? Same with so many aspects. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness was started with just like a bunch of people who were just attending his classes for a few days, like 5, 7 people, not more than that. And he built like a worldwide organization. um, you know, and just rest is history, right? We all know, like, so your devotees know past, present, and future. They will not show it. Like Narada Muni. Narada Muni told, okay, so many instances like this Nalkuver Mani Griva. Okay, become trees, then later Krishna will come and deliver you. So many instances, like later Krishna will come and deliver you. And he did. You know. How do they know? The Lord respects their voice and they respect the will of the God. They don't do anything to trouble God or Krishna. So whatever they do, because they're free from material contamination, it's not that they say, okay, 1 year from now, Krishna will come and build a great house for me. No. Prabhupada didn't say that. Prabhupada did it for temples. So unless one is liberated from material contamination. And actually it is seen like pure devotees Krishna gives whatever is favorable. There are some people, whatever they say, it turns truth. There are still people like that. Whatever they say is just a matter of time. It was going to happen, or it has already happened. They said it like even before that event occurred. Same with Valmiki Muni. Like when he wrote Ramayana, portion of that had already passed, portion of that was happening, and elements of that were about to happen. So he basically wrote Ramayana as it was happening. Some of that had already passed, and some was going to happen. So past, present, and future. But here, so Krishna certainly knows, even his pure devotees know that. I know all living entities, but me, no one knows. That's the other part here. Mam, na kashchana. Mam tu veda na kashchana. Veda means to know. Veda here. Veda. Mam tu veda na kashchana. No one can understand me. Or in short, no ordinary person can understand. Only pure devotees. So it's kind of similar to the previous discussion. Aham prakasha sarvasya. I'm not manifest to ordinary people. And we discussed the example of even like president and prime minister. Even those like people with some high power or high money, whatever, some name, fame, they don't manifest themselves to ordinary people. What do we expect? The Supreme Personality to expect to manifest to anyone and everyone? No. Those who are qualified and his currency is different. Now the president will show up to a millionaire, let's say some millionaire of XYZ company is calling or wants to have a meeting, or billionaire, like the owner of this big companies. I don't want to put any names, but all these names. He wants to have a conversation with the president for future plans and stuff. He's able to meet. What's his qualification? Because he is very influential, right? He is very rich, maybe. He has 50,000 employees working for him, Howard, right? That's his qualification. So material, but in here, Krishna does not see all those qualifications. There's only one qualifications, bhakti. That is a qualification. Richness, power, number of employees, this, that, name, fame, looks, house, all this, Krishna does not care. He only sees bhakti. Bhaktyamam abhijanati. So if we also develop that qualification, then Krishna will come as his divine grace. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur Maharaj says, don't try to see God, try to serve God. So God wants to see you. We have to prove ourselves that yes, I'm sincere. Try to serve God, and serving God, serving devotees, serving Prabhupada mission. Then God will come to see that person. Supreme Lord will come to, like the story of Shabari, which we discussed a few times. Shabari was sincerely serving his guru's orders, her guru's orders. And Lord Ram personally came to see her. People were teasing him and saying, yeah, you're good for nothing, and you are just a simple old lady, you don't know all the mantras, you think God will come to see you? Like, making fun of her and whatnot. But she was determined. She was enthusiastic. She was resolute in her path. And she was sincerely calling out Lord Ram's name. Then Lord Ram certainly came. So, any thoughts, additional comments, clarifications, questions before we pause for today?
So in the translation, but me no one knows, but pure devotee knows Krishna, right?
Your devotee knows Krishna. That is correct. But I think this is like a bigger statement, right? Even Brahma says, I don't know. Even Lord Shiva says, right? So pure devotees know, but pure devotees, first of all, they're very rare, 0.0001%. And they also, their mood is like their unknowing is at a different level. So here, I think the context is the general masses. The general, those who think. Some people say, oh no, I know Krishna, I know him, Krishna is my everything. They may cheaply, or they're called sahajiyas. They think they know Krishna, but actually Krishna is very far from them. Those who think they know Krishna. Our whole Gaudiya Vaishnava mood is Krishna is like viraha. Not the mood of union. Oh, I know Krishna. I dance with him. He comes in my dreams. We talk together. We eat together. So pure devotee certainly, like as a disciple, as a servant, we have to respect those. Yes, they are very sincere. They're like Prabhupada, his genuine followers. Anyone who's sincerely following the Guru Parampara, certainly they know. They know in the sense. Can anyone and everyone know completely? No, Lord Balram himself says, I have been glorifying Krishna from time immemorial, but his glories are unlimited and inexhaustible. Okay? So even pure devotees, can they know Krishna completely? No, because he's like ever increasing. But yes, if Krishna wants them to know completely, they can know completely too. Rather, Krishna likes to hear his glories from the mouth of his pure devotees. He said, when he glorifies, that's even sweeter than me glorifying myself. So, yeah, this statement is more for, because at 0.001% is very, very rare. And they are always thinking, I don't know Krishna. I'm so far from Krishna. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when will that day come when Krishna, I'll be able to see you? When will that day come when you'll accept me? They're always thinking of Krishna. They're always even the Brajavasis, they're never thinking, oh, we lost the chance. We lost the chance and opportunity to serve Krishna. They were 24/7 Krishna conscious, but their mood was also, we lost the chance to serve Krishna. We took him for granted. So Krishna can be known by those who are sincerely rendering pure devotional service, and he chooses to reveal them, reveal himself to those people. But general, no one can understand Krishna. And therefore Prabhupada quotes that third verse also from 7.3 out of, Bahuna, what's that?
Manushanam Shastreshu.
Manushanam Sahasreshu, right? Many try to know him, but very, very few. Rarity of a pure devotee. We discussed that slide of rarity of a pure devotee. Those who know Krishna. Krishna is their life and soul. So they certainly know Krishna. Krishna is in their heart, they are in Krishna's heart. They know nothing but Krishna. In Bhagavatam there's a verse. And Krishna knows nothing but them. So they certainly know. Because they're 24/7 thinking about him. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, it's 9:07, so we'll continue there. We have 4 more verses left, 27, 28, 29, 30. So we'll complete for sure in the next 2 days. And thank you so much for your enthusiastic participation. Bhagavad Gita Upanishad ki jai, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samvit Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol, Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripasindubhyaiva cha, Ditanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri
Thank you.
Prabhupada.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.